So I'll walk you through planning a quarter with space. Right here, you see last quarter, which has expired. So this is a quarter in the past. And now I actually want to plan a new quarter. So I'm going to pull up the new plan dialog, which is going to start by proposing I plan a year because I haven't done that yet. But actually, I don't want to do that right now. I just want to plan a quarter. It defaults to Q3. It also automatically finds that my previous quarter was Q2 that I created a plan for, and then I can click Start Planning. And so this planning process starts with a review of the previous quarter. It talks about what I got done. I got a little more than half done, it looks like. But let's review this. Actually, I got this done as well. This is obviously done. I didn't call my mom every week, so that wasn't really done. Guitar, I didn't quite practice every week. Build space planning, I had worked on it, but I didn't finish it, so I'll leave that open also. And then it's inviting me to reflect on how this went. So let's add a few lines here. Overall, went well, but didn't get as far with space as I had hoped. Cool. Then it's inviting me to close the plan by clicking this progress by here. So that's kind of saying, yes, I know that there's incomplete stuff, but it's in the past and it's done and I'm moving on. So I'm doing that. It gives it a checkbox. And now I can move on to the next step, which is setting the intention for the new quarter. I intend to, I will make this a bit more active, launch space. Also find a next role, because this is all fun and games, but I also need a job. Be flexible when life changes due to finding a new job. Adjust this plan as needed, because I want to make sure that I don't get too hung up on what I plan, knowing that I have some pretty big changes coming. Now, then the next step is to figure out how to organize your plan with groups. So what kind of groups do you have? What kind of areas in your life do you want this plan to cover? And I'm going to go the easy route and just pre-fill from my previous plan, but there's a couple other templates to get you started. And you can also create your own groups by just clicking this button, and you can just do whatever. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to delete that now, and I'm going to take the groups that I had from last time. And then it is inviting you to set a priority score for each of these groups. So social is not going to be so important next quarter. Family, I'm going to put that pretty high. Sports and play, not that high. Professional is going to be pretty important because I want to launch this app and I want to find a new job. Not doing is a category that I add for stuff that I just actively don't want to focus on, just to make that explicit. Okay, moving on to plan. So here is where you actually add actions to each of these groups. And to make that easier, you can pull up stuff that is relevant. Like you can view your previous quarter. Maybe there's stuff that you didn't get done that you want to bring over to this new quarter. For now, for me, I don't want to look at this. I just want to focus on what is relevant for me now. I don't need to look at previous quarter. If you have a year planned and you're planning a quarter as well, you can also pull up your yearly plan. So you can see what you want to achieve in the year and maybe then figure out how that translates to the actual quarter that you're planning for. Okay, so let's add some stuff on social. I want to meet up with CS. And I want to go racing with JF. So these are under social, so I'll drag them there. And I'll add a new one under, this is going to be for family. Prioritise care for Dana. So Dana is my 6-month-old baby. Obviously, that's going to be important. And actually, I'm going to mark this as priority, which will make it red, just as an extra signal for myself that this is important. Then, sports and play, maintain climbing 2 times per week. Put that here. And launch space is going to be under professional. Also, find a job. Also, so these are also pretty important. So I'll toggle priority for them. Is there anything that I'm not doing this quarter? Yes. So don't stress about practicing guitar. I've got enough on my plate at the moment, so I'm not going to have to worry about that. Okay, cool. So this is done. Then the next step is to finalize. And that's really just a final step where you can review your intention, look at all the groups, the priority scores that you gave them, the work that you added to them. Does this make sense? Is this really what is most important to you right now? If yes, then you can click done. And that creates your plan, which is now active. So time to get busy.